for this meeting, and I would appoint Deborah Carlton as the clerk for the meeting. The call, before I start, just a few housekeeping things. Please turn off all cell phones, electronic devices, as a courtesy to someone who may be speaking. And when recognized, please give your name and the town in which you reside in, so that we can record it properly. The call of the meeting is all electors and citizens who are qualified to vote in town meetings of the towns of Bethlehem and Woodbury, Connecticut, are hereby notified and warned that a district meeting of Regional School District 14 will be held in the library of Nonnewaug High School, Woodbury, Connecticut, on Thursday, June 6, 2013, at 6 p.m. The purpose: to nominate candidates, at least 3 from Bethlehem and at least 3 from Woodbury, to fill 4 seats on the Regional School District Board of Education for the term of July 1st, 2013 through June 30th, 2016. And now I would open the floor to nominations. Yes, ma'am.
Lisa Peters, Woodbury. I'd like to nominate Jennifer Dorgan from Woodbury to run for the Board of Education for Woodbury and Bethlehem. You can vote for her from both towns. Jennifer is a 2009 graduate of Nonnewaug, so she has more current experience in the school district than most of the rest of us. And she is a recent graduate of Kenyon College in Ohio. She has critical thinking, problem-solving skills that she will apply to learning and studying the issues at Region 14 and helping come up with solutions. In addition, I think that Jennifer, as a young person, should be highly commended for volunteering to give back to the community that she grew up in.
Thank you. Is there a second? Yes, sir.
Paul Hinckley from Woodbury. I'll second that nomination with almost all the same words, except the fact that she didn't run the first time because she was still in school. So when she came back, graduated, she volunteered. She wants to give back to the community, and I'll tell you, she is a really smart woman.
Thank you. Further nominations? Yes, sir.
My name is Lenny Esser from Bethlehem, and I would like to nominate Mr. Charles Cosgrove from Woodbury, Mr. Gary Suslovich from Woodbury, Carol Ann Brown from Bethlehem, and George Bauer from Bethlehem, if I could, sir.
Why don't we do them one at a time, just to make sure it's done properly? Somebody could object to 4 nominations being made in one thing, so why don't you do one, and then we'll go to the second, third, and fourth.
Okay, Mr. Charles Cosgrove.
Thank you. Is there a second? Yes, sir, Mr. Hinckley.
Paul Hinckley from Woodbury. I'll second Charles. He's been around for a while. I think he understands what the issues are on the school board, and I think he'll continue to do a good job.
Thank you. Mr. Assett.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gary Suslovich from Woodbury, please.
You are nominated.
Yes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Your name, please.
Rick Mastriani from Bethlehem.
Mr. Assett.
Yes, sir. I'd like to nominate Carol Ann Brown from Bethlehem.
Is there a second?
I'll second it. Anne Marie Mastriani from Bethlehem.
Thank you. Mr.
And
Assett.
finally, Mr. George Bauer from Bethlehem.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Your name, please.
Pam Lisbeth from Bethlehem.
Thank you. Further nominations? Yes.
Mary Ann Van Aken, Woodbury, Connecticut. I would like to nominate Janet Morgan for a position on the Board of Education. She's been a Woodbury resident for 50 years, 1980 graduate of Nonnewaug High School. Both of you are making me feel very old, by the way, I just want to tell you that. She's been on the Woodbury Fire Department for 35 years, the fire chief since 2004. She handles emergency situations, committee meetings, and manages 58 firefighters on a daily basis. She prepares and presents and administers a $300,000 budget annually, which that sort of experience will help us greatly on the Board of Education. She's goal-oriented and believes in a team approach, and I think she would make a great addition to the Board of Education.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Mike Devine, Bethlehem.
Thank you. Further nominations? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Susan Vale from Bethlehem, and I'd like to nominate Karen Miller from Bethlehem.
That's it?
Well, she's a Bethlehem resident for 25 years, bachelor's in education, including special education, taught in the public school systems, worked for IBM. Now she works on a business with her husband, and they developed homeschooling software in electronics, and which they market. Apparently it is software that teaches electronics to age 10 and up, and actually the U.S. Navy is using it from what I understand. But anyway, I'd like to nominate Karen.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second Karen. I know Aunt McNally Woodbury, I know she also has been on the board formally, and she had to do her homework. So she retired from doing school board work and from her business that she was employed at, and went home and schooled her own children. And her children have graduated from schools with honors. So I second her.
Thank you. Further nominations? Yes, ma'am.
I'm Anne Marie Mastriani from Bethlehem. I'd like to nominate Stephen Paluskas, who has also served on the board in the past few years and is a good member and a fine person, and I'd like to nominate him for the Board of Ed.
Is there a second? It's not necessary, but usually people like to.
I'll second Kathleen Cosgrove from Woodbury.
Thank you. Further nominations? Yes.
I nominate Tom Harris, who, as most of us know, attends probably more meetings than any person in the town of Woodbury, and probably has the greatest knowledge of everything that's going on in town. So, Mr. Harris, I nominate you.
Bill?
I second him.
Woodbury, I'd second it to see Tom in the hot seat that the rest of us struggle.
Yes, sir.
Can I also add a second and say that Tom has dedicated himself to come to the School of Board of Educations in the past. He has brought to light several issues having to do with the budget. He's very knowledgeable in the budget, and if you want to see things change going forward, he's a person you should consider, because he has the interest of the town at heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Further nominations? Any further nominations? Third time further nominations, hearing none. Before we go, those who have been nominated, or if they are not here, the person that nominated, please come up and give Deborah the correct name that has to go on the ballot. It has to be the name that they use as a registered voter, so that it's correctly on the ballot. So if you would, before leaving, and hearing no further, we would adjourn this district meeting. Thank you all.
So,